A nice bit of PPF I cut myself there. Welcome back to the channel. The old cruiser life didn't last that long. I'm back on a 3-cylinder Yamaha. The bobber is gone. Whew. She was brand spanking when I picked her up 2 days ago. 3 miles on the clock. Now done about 100 miles, just running her in. Yeah, I did like the Triumph bobber, but the roads that I ride on and the state of the roads over here as well, it was just beating the hell out of me. I went out for a ride with my brother on his Tuono and it kind of ruined it for me, really. Actually, he wasn't even on the Tuono, he borrowed my Tenere and I could barely keep up. He was out dragging me on the 700 Tenere against the 1200 bobber. But I know that's obviously not why you buy that bike, but the roads we ride on and the pace that we're just accustomed to riding, I was grinding out and I wasn't really itching to get back on it. It was kind of like, this is much more me. But if you never try, you never know, do you? So absolutely loving this so far. So yeah, I've got about 100 miles on this now. I warmed it up on a few heat cycles, and then I kind of tend to ride it at about 70%, because you want to put a bit of pressure behind those rings to bed them in. Obviously you don't want to be hitting it off the red line, but I personally don't subscribe to the manufacturers, don't rev it past 5,500. I think that's a number they put there, just in case you're an idiot and you start bouncing off the limiter. Yeah, interestingly, my Tuono, I think because it was an Aprilia, I sort of babied it in the running in process more than I normally would. Followed the manufacturer's guide. I didn't really rev it past the sort of numbers too much, and that thing used to burn oil. I mean, it could just be a Tuono thing, you read a lot that they burn oil, but I kind of believe that those first sort of 30 miles are the crucial miles and create some pressure in the cylinder to push the rings out and bed them in. I mean, I know obviously modern bikes are a lot better, it's not like the old bikes, but the suspension's quite plush. Might soften up a touch, help bed it in. It's like a magic carpet compared to that Triumph. It's to be expected. so fun on these sort of roads. Changing gear more than I normally would, but bed that gearbox in. Yeah, really impressed so far. I mean, I test rode it, so I knew what I was in for, but better than I remembered. Yeah, I think that exhaust is something like 1900 quid or something ridiculous. I mean, I personally wouldn't pay that for it, but it was part of the package with the bike, part of the deal, so it was all for it. And I think the cows like 400 or 500 quid or something. But I do like the cow. I think it kind of sets it off. It gives me that sort of old race bike vibe with the foam pad on the back. Something about it. For me, this is probably one of the best engines in production. Yeah, I think this is even better than the Tuono V4 or the Aprilia V4. I think it's just more engaging. I actually think this is the best motorcycle engine on sale today. I've ridden a bunch of them. Catties, KTM, Super Dukes up there. I mean, they're all good, aren't they, in their own way, but for me there's just something about this engine. I'm kind of going full circle a little bit, really, sort of back to that middleweight class that I kind of always knew was probably the best on the road, but it's trouble is you start chasing the performance and getting into like the litre superbikes and all that, but they just don't work as well on the road, to be honest. These handle better because they're lighter, you know, you can't really, there's no substitute for weight. Already. Working that gearbox in. Such a playful machine.